running errands with my mom right now. I visit my parents every... I'm sorry. I'm in the car with my mom right now. Oh my god, so bumpy.
I like it.
I try to visit my parents every weekend because every time we walk through my mom's house, we always ask her what we're gonna eat. So what are we gonna eat today, Mom?
炸药, which is spring roll.
Which
not
is also
egg roll, okay?
Not egg roll. She wants you to make that known.
Yes.
So I like Vietnamese spring rolls a lot better than Chinese spring rolls because I find that they are fluffier, starchier in texture. What else? Better umami flavor. Usually the Chinese ones are like pork, shrimp, or like completely veggie. These ones, in my opinion, are a lot better, and they taste similar to what you would get at a pho restaurant, usually in an appetizer or
lemongrass grilled pork with spring roll.
My first memory of eating spring rolls was at my grandma's house when we would stay there in the summer, and she made really good ones, but now she's too old and would get too stressed out and flustered to make them. my mom and I make them now. And before the pandemic, we would have like family parties with like 40 or 50 people at our house, and I'd stay up the night before till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning rolling hundreds of spring rolls. And basically we would stay up, roll spring rolls, and talk shit and laugh and have fun. That's how you bond in this family. Right, Mom?
Yeah.
When we have family parties, we have to hide them. Mom, where are your hiding spots for the trays of spring rolls?
On top of the microwave cupboard, or I have to stand and guard there, or in the oven. Okay.
Oh, sometimes one time I caught her putting them on top of the fridge or in the laundry room too, with like newspaper over it and stuff. Because there are some family members who shall remain unnamed who like to graze and pick at the spring rolls because they're that good, that my mom has to hide them because they're just gonna keep eating them. They disappear. We make my grandma stand there with her cane and guard. They're that good that you have to protect.
Sometimes they cannot wait. They go out to the backyard where we find them. They eat them outside.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's
like what I said.
How you make them more fine.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hold on.
Oh, but these
So my mom Irene has always made excellent Vietnamese spring rolls.
Which is called 炸药. Not
okay?
egg roll.
Not egg roll.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mom. My mom has always had a good jajal recipe, but more recently she perfected it. And we realized it's not because she changed the ingredients always stay the same. It's because she changed the way she prepares the ingredients. Before, she used to use a mandolin on the thick shreds setting, so we started using a food processor, and you can only get it so thin on that. She perfected it by using the thinnest setting on a mandolin to shred the taro and the carrot together. And then once you combine that with the meat and make your jajal mixture, once you fry it up, it makes a good texture in the middle, and it's less meatloafy, and it has a good bite and good mouth feel. We are going to finish running our errands, and then when we get home, we will go get started. We're at home now and we're gonna get ready to make the spring rolls. Let me just show you what we need. This is rehydrated black fungus, or what we also call wood ear mushrooms, taro, some big ass carrots, onion, imitation crab meat, shallots, bean thread here as well, and spring roll wrapper. And you're gonna also need egg, salt and pepper. What else, Mom?
black pepper.
I just said that. Chicken powder.
Yes.
With my mom in the kitchen right now, she is chopping away and preparing all the ingredients to make the filling. In the meantime, I'm going to take these spring roll wrappers here. We have about like 6 packs, and these are the 6-inch ones. And they come in a packet like this, and they look like that, all stuck together. And what I'm gonna do is just peel them and then put them aside and save them for later for when we finally do roll, so we don't waste time doing this. You have to be careful when you do this because you don't want them to tear either. And dry them out. So as you peel them, you have to keep them in a plastic bag or just keep it back in this wrapper here. I'll show you how. Just finished peeling them apart, and I put them this way so when we get ready to roll. It's just easy to take them apart. And then I just put it back in the original packaging, and then I put them all in a plastic bag after too, so that the moisture retains, because they dry out easily. And I'm also gonna put it in the fridge too. Just going in to do a rough chop. You don't have to make it look pretty because it's just gonna get wrapped into the spring roll anyways. Now we are chopping up our shallots to add to this onion. This is about, what, 2 onions?
Yep.
And how many shallots are we using, Mom? 4 shallots.
Let it soak.
It tastes like nothing if you just eat it on its own, and it's used in a lot of Chinese and Vietnamese cuisines. It just adds extra texture. This was a cup of dried wood ear mushrooms, and then we rehydrated it, and it bloomed into like, what, 2.5 cups, and we're just roughly chopping them. This is bean thread, which is what we're also gonna put in the spring rolls as part of the filling. And they come dried in a pack like this, but when we rehydrate it and soak it, it ends up looking like this, and it's nice and soft. 2 bunches, right, Mom?
Yeah.
And just give it a rough chop, just like we did with the black fungus. Half a pound of imitation crab meat. So this is about 225 grams-ish, 200 grams. Give it a rough chop again and add it to your mixture. Use your fingers and shred it into smaller bits and pieces. This is a giant piece of taro that is basically the main starch of the chungun, or the jiao. And this is in Chinese called wu tao. What's it called in Vietnamese? Quang mo. Ooh, so bad I butchered it. Carefully cut the sides off with a sharp knife. After you cut off the outer layer of the taro, it's gonna look like this, nice and veiny. It feels kind of chalky sometimes as it's kind of damp. Make sure after you do this though, you don't wash them, because once it comes in contact with some water, it's gonna turn slimy and hard to manage when you shred it up. This is my mom's trusty Japanese mandolin that she's had for over 20 years, apparently. You can see that it's definitely worn with some discoloration because we use it so much. And the blade that we're using here, I don't know if you could see it, is the thinnest or the finest blade. Please use a hand guard when you are dealing with a mandolin. See how thin these pieces of taro are? Like,
Very fine. Okay.
Our 1 block of giant taro turned into this pile or mountain of thinly shredded pieces of taro. It's a lot, actually. This is what's gonna give it that nice starchy potatoey texture and taste. Next is going to be our carrot. Same thing. Now we're gonna season it. We have a tablespoon of sugar, tablespoon of black pepper, tablespoon of chicken bouillon powder, which is this brand here, Always and Forever. And then half a teaspoon of MSG, because I know there's some MSG haters, but you know what? It makes stuff taste good. And then how much salt, Mom? Like 2 teaspoons?
Yeah.
Take a glove and give it a good mix. And then what are we gonna do next, Mom?
Nothing.
And then add in your pound of ground pork. Oh my gosh, Mom. We're gonna make a flour slurry thing so that when we wrap our spring rolls, they stick. There's 1 heaping spoon and some warm water. Stir, stir, stir. So to roll your spring roll, you're just gonna get a spoonful of your mixture here, lay it down on your wrapper, Make it into a log about probably 2 inches. Bring your corner up to the middle and give it a roll halfway. Tuck in your other corners. Sometimes I like to bring it in as a taper so that when it rolls, it doesn't have any sticking out on the sides. And then finish off your roll with some flour slurry on top to glue it together. And voila, you're all done.